I won't take very long, but I wanted to say three things. One is that in network marketing, we tend to follow a certain pattern. XN, is that you sitting there? I can see. We tend to follow three different patterns. One, I call it climbers. That's people that come into the MLM and they have a goal and they have a dream and they start working immediately to build their team and to accomplish their goals. And those are called climbers. And they don't let things get in their way. They don't use all of the excuses that a lot of people do. They roll up their sleeves, they go to work, they work with their team members, teaching them how to build their team, and they become very, very successful. You've got the second group that are called campers. What campers do is they start off very, very well, and they get so far down the road, and they think they need to take a break. So they take time out and camp for a little while. And some people go back and pick up where they left off and continue to build. Many people never pick up where they left off, and they just sort of fall off to the wayside. Never do a lot of things that they should be doing. And then the last group we have are called quitters. People don't fail in MLM. They quit. So you need to think about which kind of person you are and how you're going to conduct your business. Are you going to be a climber, and regardless of what happens to you, you're going to keep climbing? So I want you to keep climbing. Don't stop and camp. And the last thing is, I don't want you to quit. So we have climbers, campers, and quitters. Things if you don't quit. And most people, as I said, they don't fail, they just quit. So always remember, if you have a goal, if you have a dream, go to work and keep climbing. And don't let anything stop you. Because when I was a kid, I left home and everybody talked about, when I told them what I was going to do, they all laughed. And they told me I would never go anywhere or do anything with my life. And if you look back at the history of my life so far, it's been very different than that. I started off and I had all these big dreams and goals that I wanted to accomplish. And I didn't let anything stop me. And believe me, there were a lot of hardships to overcome. There were a lot of obstacles in my way. A lot of people kept saying, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. But I didn't listen to them, I just kept climbing. You can too. I'm living proof that you can. If you have your goals firmly in mind and you never ever change, you never stop believing that you can do that, that's how you can keep climbing. And you'll be very, very successful. You know, the other thing is that's been a lot of fun in life is if you have a partner that you can work with, like I have a partner. She's always been my best friend, and no matter what happens in life, we discuss everything and never ever get angry with each other. She may have gotten upset with me a couple of times, but I love her and she loves me, and that's what's really important. So I'm going to let her share some of her wisdom with you, and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. Wow, I'm going to talk about those climbers that Randy was talking about, and I'm going to talk about success and happiness because I think that's what we all want, success and happiness. As I was researching for this speech today, I found an interesting statistic that I want to share with you. 93% of the world's millionaires today are new millionaires. Only 7% came from wealth. That means the sons and daughters of wealthy people that became millionaires because of their parents or their grandparents, of those people, the vast majority of them become lazy, become failures, because they become complacent. So the most important thing you need to know is you can never become complacent if you want to succeed. You have to succeed with hard work. The other 93% of those, only 3% came from actors, actresses, and sports stars, or in other words, celebrities. That means that 90% of the millionaires in the world today came from being entrepreneurs like you and me. That's an amazing statistic. That's amazing to know that 90%, and we all have that potential or that possibility. I also want to discuss happiness. There are 3 levels of happiness. The first level is pleasure. Happiness from pleasure is very short-lived. An example of that would be if you go out to dinner to a great restaurant, you're really happy, but a day or two later, you've forgotten that happiness. It doesn't last. Or a great movie. The second level of happiness that lasts a little bit longer is passion. If you're very passionate about something, you'll stay happy longer. I'll give you an example from my life. When I graduated college, I became a mathematics teacher, and I was very passionate. I loved to teach, and I was so passionate. But after some years, I became complacent. And we don't want that. Complacency is not where we want to be. So I knew I had to find something else. And then the third level of happiness is purpose. And that's what we all need. We need happiness from having a purpose. And a good example of having a purpose is Jeunesse. Our purpose, all of us here at Jeunesse, is to help as many. We want to help as many children around the world as we can. So you need to approach your Jeunesse business with a purpose that is not about you. Your purpose needs to be about others and helping them. Because you know, Zig Ziglar said, you help enough people get what they want in the world, and you'll get what you want. And that is true. You want to focus on purpose. You don't want to focus on yourself. If you focus on yourself, you tend to get egocentric or ego-driven and entitled. You think you're entitled to what you have. And if you do that, again, you will become complacent. And complacency is like a cancer that grows and continues to grow. And guess what? If you become complacent, your team will become complacent. You don't want to do that. You have to keep striving to help more and more people. You have to focus on excellence. You need to be humble and focus on others and commit your life to excellence. I found that one of the things I had to do was slay my personal dragon. Some of you will find obstacles that stand in your way. of success and happiness. My obstacle was standing up here and doing what I'm doing right now. When I started teaching, they used to come in and observe us once or twice a year, the principal or somebody from the school district. And when they came in, I broke out in hives. I couldn't even teach. And I did that all the time when it was just the children. But when someone from administration came in, I broke out in horrible hives. When Randy and I started working together, I held his hand. I couldn't, 10 years ago, I couldn't say a thing on the stage. I held Randy's hand and he did all the talking. So I've learned to slay this dragon. I'm doing a little better with it this time than I did in Macau. So you will run into obstacles too. And to avoid complacency, you need to shake things up. Keep things in motion. You need energy. Always new energy. And don't trade your dreams for a structured life, because that will lead to complacency. Some people look for that structure, but you've got to keep energy. You've got to keep the energy moving and focus on your purpose to help other people. Inspire other people to pursue their dreams. You know, this is something I never thought of. Do you know that 1/3 of your life is spent working? And a recent survey that was done showed that, this is an amazing statistic, 87% of the people don't like their job or hate their job. Only 13% love their job. That's pretty sad. I'm telling you, I'm sitting here today and telling you I love my job, and I think all of you love your job. If you love your job, as Randy said, you will keep climbing. You'll keep helping more people, you'll be happy, and you will thrive. Your purpose is to keep moving and keep making other people share your dream or show them how they can reach their dreams. And commit yourself to excellence. Jim Rohn once said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. That's pretty interesting. You need to spend your time with passionate, purpose-driven people like yourself. Passionate, purpose-driven people. People who inspire possibility. I hope this weekend you will learn a lot, and that this weekend inspires endless possibilities in you. Thank you.